City News has brought you a number of stories on rooming houses, the problems with illegal ones, and the fight to keep the ones that are licensed and regulated from disappearing. That's because some advocates say they may be one of the solutions to the affordable housing crisis in Toronto. Here's Faiza Amin.
These are the least expensive units to rent anywhere in the city of Toronto. It's the housing of last resort before the street for a lot of people.
Why are there illegal rooming houses that exist? Why don't these landlords just license themselves?
So in most of the suburban areas of Toronto, Scarborough, North York, it is illegal to operate a rooming house.
These are the 306 rooming houses that are licensed or in the process of being licensed in Toronto. That's according to the city's website. But you won't find these multi-tenant homes just anywhere. In fact, they're only permitted in certain parts of Toronto, York and Etobicoke because of zoning bylaws. This University of Toronto professor of housing and board member of the Rooming House Association says these laws are outdated.
It's way overdue, and it's even a human rights issue. The Ontario Human Rights Code a couple of years back carried out a study that's simply wrong to use zoning to keep certain people out of certain neighborhoods or certain kinds of housing simply because they're a tenant or they're lower income. The 1970s, 80s.
David Halchinski says there are over 500,000 renters in the city. Yet in the last 40 years, we've seen the number of legal rooming houses on the decline. He estimates we lost nearly 300 since the 70s.
We are losing affordable housing much faster than we're building it in the city, and that's contributing to our homelessness crisis.
Adding 1,000 beds in a couple hundred rooming houses maybe, that's good, but that's where the word alleviate doesn't come in. But it's going to be very helpful, and it's one of the things we must do. And I've been disappointed, frankly, for decades that they haven't.
That's why our shelter system is overflowing. Because some parts of the city make rooming houses illegal, our shelters are overflowing.
And we did ask the city's Municipal and Licensing Standards Committee about the numbers and regulations. We did not hear back in time for broadcast. Now, with the municipal elections coming up in 6 weeks, we asked the top two mayoral candidates about how they would tackle the rooming house issue.
The dots are all connected here, because when I talked earlier on about the crisis we face in mental health and in addiction, one of the great shortages that we have that produces the crisis is a shortage of supportive housing. And that is the responsibility of principally of the provincial government as part of the healthcare system. And so the first thing we have to do is have a lot more supportive housing in different parts of the city. We are going to continue with rigorous inspection programs. The city's role through the fire service and other parts of the city administration is to inspect these premises and make sure that where there's an illegal use being made of a house, or where, even if it's legal, the conditions are not appropriate and not safe, that enforcement action is taken.
This is at the end of the day about ensuring that everyone in this city has access to safe housing. The challenge here is that when you have housing that is not regulated in any way, there's no rules around it, you can't make sure that it has the fire safety, as an example. This is precisely why I started my campaign with 100,000 new units of affordable rental housing. It's about ensuring that we have good housing for everyone in this city and people aren't in compromised housing.
And earlier this year, a $1.5 million pilot project was approved for Parkdale that intends to give housing groups an opportunity to bid on rooming houses in an effort to either maintain or increase the number of units in Parkdale.